is we're just going to go ahead and put it into these little divots. And that's it. This is going to be our our pockets. We're gonna do this for all 4. Merry meet and welcome. Today we're going to be taking on eggs a la Chandler, and we are going to be using veg egg. I do believe that you can use just egg for this and actually follow the recipe as it has here, where you can cut a full hole in the bread, but we're not going to be doing that. You'll see. Let's go ahead and get started. We're making eggs. Merry meet again. So here we are getting started. I realized after rereading the recipe again, I just bought sourdough bread. I was like, oh perfect, I'll just buy what I always get. But she does recommend having it like 2 inches thick, so these are not technically as thick as you would want. For what we're doing today, it's totally fine. And honestly, for if you have a better recipe like using just egg, should still work just fine, because it still gets the egg cooked, so, or you know, the egg cooked. But anyways, so what we're going to do though with this is we're not wanting to make a hole all the way through, because we're using, let me set up this a little bit better. We're using veg egg, and we've used this before, and so we know that it continues to stay runny, and that's kind of why we're doing this, is because it felt important to have a runny yolk. So these are eggs a la Chandler, but they also sometimes can be called eggs in a basket. Some people think eggs in basket are also the ones that are baked and they're within a cup that looks more like a basket, and that is true, but some people also like this, or like call egg in a hole. Very adapt named, you know. But so since we just have our veg egg here, we oh nice, it's thicker than I was expecting, so that is going to just help us out a little bit more. But we know that it's not going to ever like fully cook to where it'll stay stabilized on its own in the center, so we want to keep some of the hole there. So we're going to use the same teaspoon we used to measure out the veg egg to just kind of, oh no, but yeah, that's my point. So we're just trying to be very careful, and we're just molding away a little divot, and then that's what we're going to use. And so we're going to do this for all 4 pieces of bread, and then we're going to go ahead and use vegan butter and butter both sides. I just wanted to show you, we have our pesto for after the fact, but we're actually going to go ahead, finish doing those steps I just outlined, and then I'm going to meet you over at our grill for the actual cooking process and having our eggs a la Chandler. Talk to you soon. Merry meet again. So here we are, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I only buttered one side, and then I butter the other side as they're cooking. So what we're doing, since we're not trying to get it flipped, is we're putting the divot side down first. Okay, and then you shouldn't need your pan like more oiled than this, because it should you know, the butter should be fine, but if you do want that extra oil, you totally can take it. I'm hoping that this will help make it crispy. I'm using my flat pan, hoping I have enough room for all this bread. And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead, butter the other side now. I have shared sometimes my trick in, when it's like this cold butter, in melting the stick off to the side, and I'm probably gonna do that here because this is shenanigans. But yeah, we're just going to let this brown for a couple minutes, and then we're going to flip it, and I'll check in with you then. Merry meet again. So we're gonna go ahead and flip them because our butter is kind of melting from the other side, and they're kind of getting decently toasty. And you definitely should use a spatula or something else other than your hands. I'm apparently just being very brave. But now what we're gonna do is, this is how we're going to get our veg egg heated up, is we're just going to go ahead and put it into these little divots, and that's it. This is going to be our our pockets. We're gonna do this for all 4. So we can kind of hear some of it leaking through, and that'll be just fine. I kind of overdid it on those anyway, but that's okay. And we're just gonna let this backside get toasty for another couple of minutes, and then we're going to plate it and drizzle it with our pesto. we'll check in with you when we are doing that. Merry meet and welcome. Here are eggs a la Chandler. So here's our pesto. I will have it linked below. I do realize that I probably want to have added more oil to actually be able to drizzle it more, but I'm still happy with my product, so it'll be fine. I did go ahead and I put in some red chili pepper flakes, then some salt and pepper to taste, and I'm excited. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite. It is so good. So definitely love it. It is so good. Definitely love it. I feel like I probably, with this kind of bread, could have added even more veg egg or just like spread it all over the top instead of having to go and put a hole out of it. But if you're wanting the center and that look that you get with that like egg in the hole toast, then this is the way to do it. But definitely a success. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this, and this pesto probably will be a staple for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.